Okay, cool. We're
Looks
live.
like
Evening,
other people.
everyone. So this is Raul and Patrick for our first meeting in a while. Seems like we all got so busy recently that we we didn't get time to work on this TakeMeAway project. But anyway, how are you doing, Patrick?
Good, good. Hopefully you are too.
Yeah, been been busy with a couple of things on my side, but yeah, I'm hoping to get some more work done this week on the TakeMeAway project. So.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put a.
Let me just share my screen now. Then we get this entire screen. Cool. So, how are things on your side? What have you been up to ever since the last one?
Well, actually, I put one pull request in for the email notification business, and as you know, subsequent to that, I've got another PR request outstanding. I'm getting a bad echo. Are you hearing that? Are you hearing that echo? Oh, that's better now. That's better.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine now. Yeah, so I've got a second PR outstanding right now where I've made some changes to Active Admin to manage the email addresses associated with the notification.
Sure.
Yep. So I've added some tests for those, made some changes to AA, made some model changes accordingly. But anyway, you can see in the pull requests, I think there's 15 files I altered for that.
Okay.
And everything passes semaphore, which I assume is some continuous integration auto test system or something. Yep.
So semaphore is what we use to run the test automatically every time there's a new pull request, and then
Okay.
So it grabs the pull request, run the test against the changes, and then if everything is okay, you get a So cool. I see.
18 changes.
Yes. Cool. So what is missing is we just need to review some of the code and decide whether we pulling this in or not. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll review that at some point today. See, Christian just joined us. Is there anything else that you're working on besides this one?
That's pretty much it. I also fixed a bug in ActiveAdmin where I don't know if you've tested it, but with ActiveAdmin as it currently exists, if you try to create a second admin user using the AA interface, it broke. It didn't work. So I had to, yeah, so I don't know if I was just observing that or if other people have seen that.
The truth is we never tried to create a second admin user with the system, and we aren't testing anything on the active admin side,
Yep.
So
yep.
Wasn't aware of that specific. I'll give it a look on my side as well, and then you said you fixed it already.
Yeah, this is fixed, and the other bug that I found was that if you went into ActiveAdmin to change any other attribute associated with a user, and you didn't change password, it still required you to enter your password and password confirmation every single time. So I made a change to accommodate that as well.
Okay. Right. I think when you get stuff like that, maybe create an entry on the pivotal tracker so that we know at least that those bugs exist, and then then you can start working on them, just for record.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, but sure, I'll check it out also myself later on.
Okay.
But do create an entry on pivotal tracker, and if you have a pull request for that, you can just submit it. Okay.
Well, I had to fix those bugs as part of my work. I couldn't continue to work on my story without fixing those, so it's all incorporated in there.
Oh, is it already incorporated in there?
Yep.
Cool. Review the code and then decide. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Sure.
Christian, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Well,
Thanks.
thanks. Okay, the page looking for the. How are things on your side? What have you been up to?
Well, nothing new from me, unfortunately. I don't know. Last plan was to create a payment together with Sampriti. Not sure how is that standing. Sampriti, did you do anything on the payment? Is he here?
Sampriti, are you there? Sampriti's having problem with sound. Is he writing?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
he
just.
doesn't have a working mic.
All right.
So he said that he experimented with Stripe
Yeah, I see.
and created an account. Okay.
And did you implement that into our application? Is it working?
Okay.
Well, when you have something working, can you do a pull request so I can also take a look? Or if you want to pair on it tomorrow, if you have time, that's fine. Yeah, cool. Okay.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, well, the plan was that he will do
So
the back end and I will do the front end. So I think how it works is I get a token from Stripe with the payment. So I send all the information for the payment, I get a token, and the token is sent to the backend, and the backend will access Stripe again and do the confirm the payment. And I think that is how it's working.
right.
We'll have to.
But then he says here that you can actually start working on it.
Yeah, well, of course I can do the front end without the backend, but we have to test it together, make sure everything works.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll be online all day, so when you have time.
Oh, so I just got an error on the website. I don't know for what reason. But yeah, seems like we have a couple of bugs on the site. Okay, so on my side, I guess that's all for everyone, right?
Yeah,
Get a
probably.
hang of Angular. Okay, awesome. Cool. Sure, Sampriti. So on my side, I was busy doing a couple of changes to the front end, trying to finalize what's that? Finalize the submission of orders from the front end. So I've got to a point where I can submit orders and then it creates them in the back end. All I have to do now is do a couple of changes on the uh, if I can get that pull request, some validations and where is that? So when things like checking if the user is logged in and asking him, requesting for him to create an account if he doesn't have one, confirming the order and so on. So I see I have about 6 items outstanding on my pull request here. So I think tomorrow morning it's a public holiday this side, so I don't have to go to work. I'll spend some time trying to get that done. Hopefully, I can get something going before you guys move with the payment, but shouldn't be shouldn't be a blocker really. Yeah. So these are the items that I need to go through to complete the story. So I've also done a
So,
couple of small changes on the look and feel of the application.
so
Um,
the payment is done after the order is validated, right?
yes, that's correct.
Mm-hmm.
So I've cleaned up. I don't know if you guys can see the screen. I
Yes,
did some small changes
I have an icon there
to the
for the
whole.
shop, an icon for the shopping.
Yeah, so I moved the icon to the left. Yes, yeah, added the icon. Uh, let's see if I can get the rail server in. Yes. So running. All right. So I've added that little loading bar at the top, just to show some progress. Um, right. So okay, there's no item on the menu, so okay, this is not working yet. Maybe I can create things. Password. Have menu. Change this to okay. So when you add to cart, you can go to the shopping cart and yeah, change the quantity if you need to. Proceed checkout. Okay, so this is the part where I stopped working. So when you click on the proceed to checkout, it should show you a page where you will enter your details if you're not registered already, and then you will confirm the order.
When
Okay,
you press proceed to
you confirm the
checkout,
order.
is
Yes,
is is then when the order is created?
no.
But when?
I I still have one step first. Um, so when you click proceed to checkout, right? I'll check if you logged in. If you logged in, then I'm just gonna use your details and then show you the confirmation page with all the items you placed in the cart and a button to place the order. Okay.
Samprit is saying that we should use krona instead of dollars, the Swedish currency.
Yeah, I'm actually using. So I have a currency thingy on. It's probably my local settings that are using dollars, but it's. I made it the Angular thingy. Let me check that. Okay, I'll try and show you. It's actually using a currency filter on the Angular side. I'll definitely have a look at it and make sure it uses Corner.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
I remember the currency filter. Yes.
You remember the currency filter? So I think it takes your local settings and then just put it there as takes whatever is your default currency and put it there. Yeah. But that's a small issue, really. I think. So tomorrow I'll work on this and finish with this, and hopefully you guys can get the payment going. What else we have outstanding here?
Sampriti is saying, can you say again at step, at what step is the payment going to be made? At what step, yeah. So tell us again at what
Okay,
step.
so after the order is after the order is created, we need to make that after the order is created. Because remember the discussion we had about what if by the time you're trying to enter your bank card and everything, the item you're trying to order is somebody snatches the last piece of it.
Yeah, we have to
So we want to create the order first. Yes, so we validate that the order has been created. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Yes. So we create the order first in the back end. Once that's created, we'll then proceed with the payment. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Cool stuff. All right. So we all working on this tomorrow. Then there's a pull request from Patrick. If everyone can get some time to check it out and write some comments there, do a little review on that. Okay. That would be cool. All right. Is there anything else we need to cover?
So the meetings will have Monday and Wednesdays.
Yes. So as we discussed last time on the Slack channel, I think we should try and have meetings at least Mondays and Wednesdays. Those will be our regular dev meetings from now on. Since Saturday is becoming difficult for everyone to attend, so we make it Monday and Wednesday. And if, like I said, if there's something urgent we need to work on, provided we discussed it on Slack first, then we can have a quick meeting. Okay.
Okay.
So
is that all right with everyone?
It works for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Raul, is there anything on Pivotal Tracker that we need to vote on or review?
Okay. Let's look at Pivotal Tracker. Okay, so the last time we had the meeting with the client, we said that the important stuff we needed to focus on right now was the email notification, which we have partially done, well, almost done. Then the payment system, which Sampriti and Christian will be working on tomorrow. The other thing was to try and have, I think it was the reporting system. I don't know if we can have a look at that now. Okay, so I see we have disable menus of previous day. This is front end. I think I can take a look at this one as soon as I'm done with that one. I like to see only those that are currently active. Okay, so this I'll take care of this one, but we need to vote on that. Add a status attribute to menu item. What was this about? In order to simplify menu creation workflow, when I manage product, I would like to set.
Oh, right. So he can have a menu item in the database,
disable,
but he doesn't want a disabled menu item to show up in a menu. That has to be disabled.
Yeah, something like that. But I think we have this already.
Do we?
Host
I've
slash v1 menu. Yeah, we have this.
it's in place.
Thomas implemented this in as part of one of the stories he was working on. He didn't see that there was a separate story for that. So what he did for now is that um, when an item stock is 0, he automatically marks it as okay. So if I change this to 0, for instance, and then I update the menu, when I come here, so it marks this as inactive. So all I need to do now on the front end is check that the item is inactive and disable the add to cart button or something like that. But I guess maybe we should find. Do you think it's necessary to have a specific button to manually mark a menu item inactive or active? I think we should have that.
Um, I'm looking at the schema. Wouldn't that status be in the menu items table? Because it's the status for a particular menu item, right? I don't see where
Yes,
that
it's
would
on the
be.
menu item.
Okay, maybe I haven't pulled from
It's
upstream in
currently
a while.
on the menu item.
Is it implemented in the data table? Is what
Yeah,
I'm asking.
I'm pretty
I
sure that
think so.
status is set by the inventory stock. Look at the chat.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the daily inventory thing being set. I see. Where's the inactive field in the database? There isn't one. Okay.
I think we don't. There isn't one. Yeah, he does that in the on the controllers. So if we can get that. We don't store that on the in the database. There is a method, I think, or something that checks the quantity of the item, then marks it as inactive or active when we make the request.
Right. So this other thing, Raul, I'm wondering if it's something different, which is there are menu items in the database that the client has created, but he doesn't want to sell them this week or sell them this season, but he doesn't want to delete them from the database, and he doesn't want to mistakenly add them to a menu. So he marks them in the menu item itself is marked as inactive in the database, so it cannot be added to a menu.
Oh,
You see what I'm
and
saying?
they cannot be added to the menu.
That
Okay,
if it's
cool.
inactive, he
Yeah,
can't make a
makes
mistake.
sense.
And yeah, exactly. So I think it's a different thing.
All right, cool. So I think I'm not too sure if this is something we need to do now, but let's just check what are the other stories behind, and then we'll maybe come back to that one, okay, and
Yep.
decide which one we need to prioritize. This one was notify admin when creating conflicting menu. When I create a menu, I would like to be notified of an existing menu on the same day so that I don't create conflicting menu. Okay, this is definitely something that we should work on. Weekly marketing email, generate sales report. In order to see how my restaurant is performing, I would like to generate sales report. Okay. Do we have enough to start working on this?
I don't know if we do. That's a really important. Remember, that's a very important requirement from the client. But I think we certainly need more
Yeah.
requirements, reporting requirements from him.
Yeah. The description is very limited on this one. I think probably need to discuss this with him at the next meeting to clearly define what exactly we generated for the report.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I get the impression he needs to report to tax or regulatory authorities, and it has to be a specific format with specific information. And some of the reports are
Mm-hmm.
probably just for him to keep track of how he's doing.
Yeah, sure. So we'll discuss this with him, then decide.
Yeah.
Okay. Start domain for API, not now. I think Thomas also took care of this part. The story was about having a um, better selection for when creating the menus. When you create a new menu, you can now add items. And then here you select one, you can put some stock, add another one.
Mhm.
I think this already is much better than what we had previously. Do you think so?
That looks a lot better. A lot better.
So the one thing though, I don't know how complicated that's gonna be, is maybe we can try and not show something that has already been selected. You get what I mean? Because if I take this and then down here, like, doesn't make sense to have this or um, showing here.
Yeah, that's true. So if you can take that away from the pull-down list, that'd be kind of complex, but could be done. I think the add new menu items menu is kind of cumbersome language too. If that could be changed, that would be good.
Um, what is? Oh,
At the
this one,
bottom,
yes.
yeah. It's not very intuitive what that
Yeah.
means.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Um, so what do we do about the story? I don't know if we should keep this around or maybe pull it down at the back. Um, Menu category now. We don't want that yet. Nope. Nope. Okay. So we have the notification. We have this one. Um, we also have the reports, but then we need to discuss this with the client. Okay. We also have, for people who wants to take a dive at testing, we have a couple of things that need to be tested. I think it's mainly on the front end though. There's a story here about refactoring some of the existing model. We want to rename menu item as products. That was a suggestion that was made. Rename menu items menu as inventory, just to keep a simple name around. So, right. Okay. So we vote on this on these two stories here, and then yeah,
Which two stories?
first one notify. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, you never mind.
Yeah, I was saying that we can vote on these two stories. This one we'll discuss it with the client at the next client meeting,
Hmm.
and then the refactoring. Do we keep the specific one? I feel like this is gonna. Doesn't this need to be a feature, or is it okay leave it as a chore? Because might break a few things. I don't know.
So it wouldn't be visible to
Pretty?
the user. Does that mean it's by definition not a feature? I'm not sure the definition of
Okay.
feature.
Test key can be used for development purpose. The sales report shouldn't be done now. We need to get the orders functionality completed at least. Okay. A better option would be to have a table. Okay, but this will okay. Cool. Backend refactory is always true.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
would agree with that.
So, yeah. All right. So then we only vote on these two stories then. Okay. The first one is about having some message displayed to the admin when he's trying to create a menu on the same day. Something like that. At least so he knows that there's already one menu that he started creating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a need for any clarification on this?
So I
Or
think,
can we vote?
Roland, in general, if we say have a week menu for this week, Monday through Friday, and tomorrow he tries to create a menu
Mm-hmm.
just for Tuesday, just for tomorrow, then we have to tell him that he's got an overlap for tomorrow. He's got two menus applying to the same day. So they don't have to be actually the same span of time, but they have to overlap somewhere on one or more days.
Yeah.
That's the problem, right?
At least that's how I understand this. Yeah.
Okay.
If he wants to go, well, I believe if he wants to go ahead and create it still, we should still let him create it, you know.
Yep.
Maybe
Yep.
he wants to have a special menu on that day and then have a normal menu as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be up to him, but then just to let him know that he already has a menu for that day. I think. Well, that's how I understand the story.
Does our logic accommodate everything we've built so far, accommodate having more than one menu available for any day? Does it all work or does it break? Or we don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know that, but I would assume you can. So I have a menu for today. Not today. Okay, so June 15. If I create Monday update, I'll make it today as well. It will, I believe, create the menu. So days. Okay, so it does create with the same day.
And the API will serve both menus up, and the front end will accommodate handling both menus for that day, I'm assuming.
Okay, something. Yeah. What happened to that menu I just created? Mm, what happened? It,
If you click on the menus item at the top,
seems like it's
does it show up?
so it's not creating the menu.
Can you click on the menus top item at the top and see what it shows us?
This one,
Yeah.
only one. Didn't create
So,
that one.
How about if you create the old? If you click the old?
How about I do what?
If you click all in the menus, maybe it's in a different time. Yeah, they're all. It says 3.
Um, no, it's not there. It didn't create.
No.
that's weird.
So probably there was some validation error in that the validation message wasn't sent to the
Yeah,
front end.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
the other thing. I don't think we're showing validation errors on any of the screens. I added that to dashboard, but the other screens I don't believe are showing validation errors.
Oh, I
That's
thought it's
another.
by default from Active Admin.
It wasn't, and I had to add it to the dashboard screen. The other ones are just ignoring them, so I think we have to add them to all of them.
On the products, we have validation. I'm just checking now. So if I edit a product and I remove the name, it says name can be blank.
Oh, so you have validation showing up there.
Yeah,
Ah,
but for the, let's see. Yeah, even for the menus, if I remove the title, it says can't be blank.
hmm.
So we have validation messages up.
You
Probably,
remove the title,
yeah, if you
or
remove
you,
the, when you edit, if you don't add the title, it says validation uh, can be blank. Let's see if I create a new one, create menu, yeah, can be blank. So probably it's another validation that's
okay.
uh,
Maybe let me check at the schema level to see whether we validating that there for the model. Ah, my connection is just slow. Models, menu. Let's check for presence. That's weird. Let me see if I create tomorrow. Okay, it doesn't create at all.
Hmm.
Let's
can you put a binding price in the controller maybe where you create this?
yeah, I will do that now. I
So
just
we
want to
can.
try on
It's
the
something.
live one.
Yeah, I think it's something with the menu item.
Was the prior menu also called Monday row?
Sorry?
Was the original menu? I know you're
No,
trying to
it was
create.
called Wednesday.
It was called Wednesday. Oh, but it's today. Okay.
Yes,
Hmm.
different thing. Weird. Okay, even on the live system, it's not creating the menus.
Yeah,
Okay.
put a binding price in the controller.
Okay. Um. That, that-
In the an admin menu. Yeah, create somewhere. Should be something create.
So there's no create. See the form.
Um,
I don't see the create method on the menu. Eh? Can you see my screen?
Yeah,
yep.
one
hmm
second.
Raul, if
The,
for the
after the
Mhm.
index, there's a form. You see?
yeah, it's got
Yes, I see the
form.
form.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that's the create form.
That is, Raul, for the dashboard to make the validation errors show up. Excuse me, for the admin screen to make the validations show up. After the f.inputs
Mm-hmm.
do block start, I had to put this line in there.
As well.
I just sent it via chat. So if you could put that line in there and let's see if that makes something show up.
Um,
At the top, yeah, right after the opening of the block after the do statement, form f.inputs do.
Maybe you can try unfollow and then follow again, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
okay. Let's create a new one.
Getting pretty fast at creating menus.
Menu can't be blank. What is this? What does this mean?
Good question. Presumably it refers to title. But
Yeah, but then we have a
we have a title. Yeah.
title.
No, I think the object, the menu object, it's nil.
The menu object.
Yeah, it's trying to save it and returns nil. Not sure.
It says menu can't be blank.
Let's see.
It might be having trouble with that submenu, that embedded f.has many. It's not picking that up. I think that's what Kristen just said.
Okay. Alright. So the title presence, but then if we're validating the title, it should say something like title can't be blank.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it saying that the menu can't be blank? when creating that, menu item menu belongs to menu. It has not doing this. Okay.
I would suspect that nested attributes part of the form is not working correctly.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't we
So
put a
I'll
binding
mark this as a bug.
sorry, can't
At
we
which
put
point?
after the f.actions?
Okay.
In the controller. Line 39.
Line 39.
Yeah, I think that's when after that line it's doing the saving. And I think you have to put a puts after the binding try.
Well, it usually works with me without the put, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Sometimes it doesn't.
Let's. Okay. So we have that. I expect. Okay, this is where my input. Okay. So, oopsie. Okay, so what are you looking for, Christian?
So did you try to create a new menu? Raul, you're muted.
Did I? Yes, I just tried to create a new menu and then it. Am I muted? No, I just tried to create a new menu now and then it stopped at the binding point.
Okay. How to access that object?
Okay. So we have form input. Start it as this. Set actions. Okay, so that just displays that. Like, I think this block, all this block does is just rendering that form. It's not
Yeah,
responsible for.
and f.actions, I think it's calling save.
Yes, it's all these buttons here that it's
It's
rendering.
calling, sorry, it's calling the buttons, yeah, and the create it's not here.
As for the
The create function.
yes,
Uh,
action admin menus. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to drop off at some point now. So here's what I will do. I'll create the bug entry on Pivotal Tracker,
Mm-hmm.
and then somebody will have to investigate that. I don't have much experience with working with Active Admin myself, so
I can take a look at
do
that.
this. Create menu from um, oops, battery is flat. Where is that? Oh,
What's going on?
no, I was doing that buy bug thing and then the action timed out.
All right.
Okay, so it says menu. Stay on this page. Save. Okay.
Type bug, right? Story type.
Sorry.
The story type should be bug, not feature, right?
I made it a bug, yes.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the other one. Yeah.
I made it a bug. Let me just plug my laptop quickly. Okay. Close. Okay, so what do we do about this? Do we address this bug first before we look at that notification? Because it might be taken care of already for what we know.
I can look at that bug and update my PR if I see anything.
I think you might want to submit that as a separate PR, I think.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree.
Well, in that case, wouldn't it be cleaner to
Yeah.
just
So you,
accept my PR and start with that as a baseline?
look, you can always start working on that, right? And then once we merge your PR in, you pull in your changes. You'll pull from upstream and then merge that back.
Yep, yep.
Will that be a problem for you?
No, no. So I'll look at that. I think the other one that I'd like to start on is the one where we add a status item to a menu item, a status field, so that we can't add disabled items when we create a menu.
No. Okay. So do we vote on this right now then?
Probably should, yeah.
Okay. So we'll vote on that, and we'll vote on this one as well. Okay. Okay. Add status of. All right. You guys know the drill.
Mm-hmm.
Just close this. Okay. Right. So on the count of three, we all submit our vote. Right. So the story goes.
So this
We
is to
need
add the
to
status to menu item.
to the menu item.
And status like disabled and available.
So we want to be able to mark an item available or not available for, so that when we're creating a menu, for instance, if the menu item was marked as disabled, we don't get the option to pick it and add it to a menu by mistake.
Okay, and this
Yeah.
task adds the status and also adds the validation for the creating the menu.
Yes, we have to.
Okay,
So
We have to make sure that the disabled item doesn't appear in the pull-down menu for items to add to a menu, and if somehow they get it in there, we have to validate that it shouldn't be there. I think the other thing, Raul and company, that I want to say is that for this, we want to make it simple and do exactly what we just said. We could also, if somebody disables a menu item and that menu item is actually already in a menu that's currently outstanding or a future menu, we don't want to, well, maybe I can think about an easy way to alert the user that that's the situation, but we don't want to take any other action other than to tell the user that's the case. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Keep it simple at this point.
Okay.
Okay. So we vote.
Let's vote.
1, 2, 3.
Perfect.
Wow. This is the first.
We'll have to tell Thomas it's easier voting without him. I'm kidding, of course. Hopefully he has a sense of humor.
Okay, so this one is about
Please share your screen.
right. As a customer, when I visit the website, I would like to see only when I visit the menu on the website, I would like to see only those that are currently active. Okay, so this seems like something that is pretty straightforward. We just don't want to show any menu that is not enabled, right? So I think one easy thing to do right now is if we are Monday, we just show menu for Monday. What do you guys think?
We can't see your screen, Raul, but could you show that on PT?
Oh, you can't. Share that. So on the front end, what we want to do is that we don't want to show any previous menu that any menu from the previous day, for instance. So say we are Tuesday, and then we still, like right now, we still display menu from Monday to Friday.
I see.
So what I was suggesting is that instead of showing all the menus, we just show the one that is currently for the menu for the current day only.
Makes sense.
I think something like that makes sense, rather than displaying all, I mean, the menu for the entire week.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Or
it makes sense, but was this discussed with the client?
I think we actually had he's actually the one who mentioned that.
Are there any notes in that?
Because unfortunately, no, I don't think we have notes on that. Because I remember when we were doing that the client meeting with him, he asked the question about whether a menu, like say we have now a menu for Wednesday, he wanted to know whether the menu for Tuesday was going to be displayed on the Wednesday as well.
Yeah, I remember
So
that.
we then decided
Hmm.
that we can take away those menus. You know. So I think we can just stick to the current active menu for that particular day for now. That only
Yep.
makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay. And this is to be handled in the front end.
Is this to be handled on
Okay.
the front end, or should this be changed in the endpoint?
Or we could create another endpoint that returns the menu for the specific day only, I think.
Or that, yeah.
Actually, yeah. Then we don't pull. Yeah, I think then we don't pull the entire stream of data from the. I'll make this a backend story as well. So create return menu for currently. Oh, update.
But then, why do we need the endpoint to return all the menus? Do we use that somewhere else?
Um, we could need that at some point. You wanted to remove that endpoint.
No, I'm just thinking not to complicate things.
Well,
I
well,
thought
unless it poses a main. Yeah.
we may need more input from the client, but I thought he wanted us to display all menus for a given week. And if it's Monday, he'd want his customer to see the daily menu for today, plus he may have a different menu for Tuesday, plus a third menu for Wednesday through Friday. I thought he wanted to show the customer all the upcoming menus for the week. But I could be wrong, and I don't think we have that explicitly recently from him.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Okay, then what I will do
Okay.
is I'll probably try and contact him just so we can clarify these. Okay.
Yeah. Well, maybe
I'll
then
see if we can have a meeting with him.
maybe then we just do the front end part and just filter the stuff in the front end part if we don't know
Okay.
if we need all
It's
the
probably
info.
All
safest.
right.
Yeah.
So I remove the task for now, and then we just filter and display the menu for the current day right now. We don't do anything on the back end. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And remove backend from there.
Okay. All right. Cool then.
Because right now I think Thomas
Okay.
is sending all the menus for the current week to you to the front end. Even if he's Wednesday, he's maybe sending you a Monday and a Tuesday menu that are no longer current. So you'll have to filter that out on the front end.
Yeah. Okay.
Raul, speaking of the client, did you get any input on my questions regarding the email notifications? You know, what email addresses he wants the notifications to go to and what his default
So
from email address will be?
since we had the admin interface for that didn't think it was necessary to contact him with that because he could like potentially change it himself from the back end.
Yeah, except I do have an environmental set up as a fallback if he doesn't specify any address for the default from address, the from address and emails that go to the
Okay.
customer. I put something in the environmental
Oh, then
file
he uses that fallback.
so it doesn't completely fail. So that one he
Oh,
would
okay.
be able to fix
All right.
to adjust himself.
Okay, cool. I'll get that email from him then.
And
Okay.
the rest, you're right. He can adjust. He can create himself.
You can just make it a no reply email. Customer doesn't need to reply to that. do the
Yeah, if that's what he wants, or if he wants the customer to be able to reply, that's a good question for him.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to him about that then. Okay.
Great, thank you.
All right. So then let's vote on this one and then move on. Okay. Let's close that. Is everyone ready?
You're talking about
Just as a
filtering
reminder.
menus in the front end.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the front end. Just a reminder that we don't have the obligation to have tests for this one.
That's becoming an official deliverable. You know that, don't you? It's not a throwaway anymore.
Okay, let's vote then. On the count of 3, we all submit. So 1, 2, 3, submit.
Oh, okay. I'll go with 1. You guys know Angular much better than I do. So
All right.
I'm comfortable with that.
So it's just a filter on the
So
date.
we make
Right? Only one line to add. Right?
Oh,
on the date, yes.
Yeah.
even better.
We just want the menu for the current date. That's all we want.
Yeah, Angular.
Okay.
makes it
I think
easy.
we can. All right. So Patrick, I'm gonna assign you to this one since you said you want to take a look at it.
Can't see your screen, but I assume you're talking about the.
Yeah, I'm talking about the bug that we have now
Oh yeah, just see it came through.
when creating the menu.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna leave the other 2 open for now. So tomorrow I'll be working on finalizing this story on the front end, and we'll probably quickly implement this one. Okay.
If
And
I have time, do you mind if I get started on the add status to the menu item as well?
feel free to push the start button if nobody started working on it yet.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good.
If it's already assigned to someone, just contact the person and see if you can work together with the person.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool. Okay. I think that's it for our business today.
Great.
Unless there's any other question.
No, I'm fine, thanks.
Yeah, all good.
Okay. Cool. So we all work tomorrow and then we'll regroup on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all right?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Wednesday evening, same time.
That's great.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Rest of the day.
You too. Take care now.
Not much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.